Hello everyone, hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to my channel Aptitude Club, and in this video today we are going to discuss a question on simple interest. The reason I have taken up this question because we'll be discussing it in two ways. First of course is simple interest and its applications, and the second method of solving this would involve alligation and how alligation is applied in the context of simple interest. So very interesting and exciting question indeed. I would request all of you watching this video to pause at this moment, try this question yourself, then later on look at the explanation of the video. So what is being given? First we'll discuss the normal method uh, and then we'll go to allegation. So Amar has lent a part of rupees 10,000. So my total principal is 10,000. So one part of this Amar has lent to Birju. I don't know what it is, but that part was lent at 8% SI. Time period is 4 years. And the remaining part he has invested. Okay, 10,000, some part of it was given to Birju or lent to Birju. The remaining part was invested, and the invested return was 12% SI. And the time period here is also 4 years. So total after 4 years, Amar is getting overall return of how much? 3,800. So we'll have to figure out what sum was lent to Birju. That means I'll have to figure out the principal in this each case. So what is my principal that was lent to Birju and how much principal was invested, where 10,000 is equal to P1 plus P2. Simple logic. 10,000 is the total principal. Part of it was lent to Birju. Let's say that is P1 and the remaining part is P2, or I can take it as 10,000 minus P1. I can also write P2 as 10,000 minus P1. Because if you put it this way, we are only involving one variable. If you are taking P1 and P2, you are taking two variables, which is not needed, of course. Now how do I solve this? 8% in 4 years. If you look at it, 8% in 4 years at simple interest, this is an overall ERR of 32%, and 12% for 4 years at simple interest is again overall ERR of 48%. Now what is ERR? ERR is called as effective rate of return. Effective rate of return. That means in the total time duration, how much did you get as return? I'm getting 8% per year as return. In 4 years, how much am I getting? So 32%. So that overall return in the total time duration, that I'm calling it here as ERR. So from Birju, Amar is getting a 32% return on the principal, and from the investment part, 48% return. So I can just frame a very simple equation in this way. That is 32% of P1 is what he is receiving from Birju, and 48% of P2 is what he is receiving from the investment part, and the total amount that he receives as interest is 3,800. Just we have to solve this equation. So 32% I can write 0.32 P1 plus 0.48. In place of P2 I will write 10,000 minus P1. This is 3,800. I just need to solve this. So 0.32 P1 plus 4,800 minus 0.48 P1 is equal to 3,800, or I will get 0.16 P1 is equal to 1000, or P1 is equal to 1000 divided by 0.16, which is 6250, and this is my answer, because I was supposed to calculate what is P1, how much did he lend to Myra. So he has lent, sorry, Myra bol raha hu. How much has he lent to Birju? So P1 I got it as 6250. Quite simple. Just this one equation you will have to write, and no complicated equation also. How much is he getting as interest from Birju and how much from the investment part? Simple. Total interest, if you cumulate, it adds up to 3,800. Just in place of P2, you write it as 10,000 minus P1, and then just solve. You'll automatically get P1. If P1 is this much, P2 will come as 3750. We don't need to calculate P2. All we need is P1. So this is the normal method of solving, and a lot of people would do it in this way also, nothing wrong. But there's a much easier and faster way to do this as well. And that is the reason I have taken up, because although it sounds like a simple interest question, but this question is supposed to be solved using alligation. And if you can think of using alligation, you are already a lot of steps ahead of others. How do I think about this question from a point of view of alligation? Let's like try it in alligation. Method 2. Now if you see, my total principal is 10,000 and total interest earned is 3,800. So I can write this is an ERR of 38%. Can I say 3,800 on 10,000? So 3,800 upon 10,000 into 100. So this is like 38%. So ERR of 38% in 4 years, which is like approximate 9.5% per year. That means because of this investment that Amar has made, part of it to Birju and part of it invested, he's getting an overall return of 9.5% per year. Now, how do I put this overall? The moment this overall thing comes, I can use alligation. Overall, Amar is getting a 9.5% return. From the investment part, he is getting a 12% return. And from Birju, he is getting a 8% return. This is what the question is saying. And obviously, when you read it, you will make a sense. Okay, Birju is giving 8%, investment is giving me 12%. So overall should be somewhere between 8 and 12, and that we calculated as 9.5%. Now this gap is 1.5, and this gap is also, this is 2.5. So 2.5 is to 1.5 is basically like 5 is to 3. So I got the ratio. But now you might wonder, ratio of what? So this is basically the ratio of the principal. So I can write P1 is to P2 is like 5 is to 3. So total principal is 8 parts. So if 8 parts is 10,000, I can write one part will be 1250, and if one part is 1250, so 5 parts will be 6250, and 3 parts here will be 3750. And we could avoid so much of calculation. Very easily we'll get this answer. Same question, but we are looking at it from alligation point of view. That if you are getting a 3,800 return on 10,000 in 4 years, it's an ERR of 38% in 4 years, that is 9.5% per year. On one side, I'm putting money at 8%, lending money at 8%. On the other side, I've invested at 12%. So overall, I'm supposed to get somewhere between 8 and 12, that is 9.5. The moment you can realize this, that's when you can think immediately that, okay, this is a typical case of alligation. Why not use that? And you can see the calculation is much simpler. This is not very difficult calculation, but obviously alligation makes more sense in this kind of questions. And while you read this chapter alligation, it is very important to solve such questions, because only then will develop that idea that, okay, maybe I can think about this question from alligation's perspective. So hope all of you understood both the methods. Very good question in simple interest. Easy chapter also. So if you have watched the video this far, I hope all of you liked the explanation. If you are new to my channel, do subscribe to the Aptitude Club channel, like the video, share it with your friends. Do explore other videos on my channel as well. You will definitely find a lot of useful content. I'll add this to the QA booster playlist. I'll pin it in the I section also. You can watch the previous videos that I've made on the QA booster playlist as well. So we'll meet again very soon on yet another video. Till then, keep solving, keep studying. Have a nice day, everyone. Thanks for watching the video.